Is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Modern Warfare video, man. Today we're going to be talking about the UMP45, better known as the striker in the game, and this gun is crazy good, and I'm happy it's actually in the game because it's one of those guns that, like, dude, it's not as good as everyone thinks it is, but once you use it, once you start getting all the attachments unlocked and you throw on all the attachments on this class, it's definitely worth using. So it has a slower fire rate, which is one of the reasons why I didn't really want to use this gun all too often, but it definitely does pack a gigantic punch. I'm gonna give you guys two classes for this weapon. One of them that is actually a two-shot, and that's all it takes to end the enemies, and then one of them that is a fully automatic, and trust me, the recoil is super easy to control on this one. So yeah, before we get into this video, if you guys could drop a huge fat like, we're gonna go for 1,500 on this one. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't done so yet, and that button is still red. Make sure it ain't anymore, beat the crap out of it, and let me know down in the comments below what your favorite SMG is between the MP5 and the MP7. I'm trying to see something. I want to know what more people like between those weapons, and yeah, let's just get straight into these classes because they're really good. So the first I'm going to give you guys is actually my favorite class, and it's the fully automatic one, and then the second class I'm going to give you guys is class number 2, and that is the two-shot class. But before we do that, let's go into the perks because these are very important and all the things that you want to run. So if you're playing multiplayer, perk 1 you definitely want Scavenger, perk 2 you definitely want Ghost, and perk 3 you definitely want Tune-Up. Now if you're playing Warzone, you might want to change those up to perk 1 as EOD, perk 2 as Overkill, so you can run another weapon like an AR for that longer distance, or a sniper, whatever you like, and then perk 3 as Amped, so you guys could actually go ahead and switch those weapons faster. If you're using a rocket launcher because you're a cheeky little son of a you-know-what, well then, yeah, Amped is really good for that. Now for the lethal, no matter what game that you're playing, whether it's multiplayer or Warzone, you definitely want to run a C4. Now if you're playing multiplayer, you want to run a stim shot so you could always heal, and if you're playing Warzone, you want that heartbeat sensor if no one on your team has it, and if your whole entire team has it, then you might want to think about running maybe a concussion to get people out. Now the field upgrade you can't use in Warzone, so this is only for multiplayer, and you guys could choose between the two. The only two that I think are worth it in this game, honestly, is Dead Silence and Stopping Power. Stopping Power is going to make this gun a complete beast if you go ahead and use it, and Dead Silence just to like completely eliminate any footstep sounds. Now honestly, I prefer Dead Silence, but that's up to you guys, unless it depends. I mean, for some weapons, Stopping Power is definitely so much better, and this one here, it is definitely so much better, but I still don't like being heard whatsoever, so that Dead Silence really works. Now let's get into class number 1 because this is my favorite one, and then the class number 2, like I said, guys, it's going to be the two-shot class, and we'll get into that one afterwards. So for class number 1, the first thing you want to run is the Muzzle monolithic suppressor, and the reason the monolithic suppressor is so good even on multiplayer is because, yeah, okay, it does silence your shots, which means you won't be seen on the radar or anything like that, or that little thing on top of the compass or whatever they want to call it in this game. You won't be seen, but it also gives you damage range, which really helps on SMGs. You definitely want to have a better damage range when using an SMG. Now it does take away some ADS speed and some aim walking steadiness, but like I said, you're using an SMG, guys, that doesn't matter whatsoever. Now the barrel is something that I wouldn't really throw on if it was another weapon, but because it is this weapon, I threw on the 150mm stainless steel, and instead of getting damage range and all that kind of stuff with this barrel, what you do get instead is ADS speed and movement speed, which I think is really nice to have because you could like really jump around corners fast holding this weapon, especially with the movement speed and all that, and it really does help out. Now the ADS you definitely want up because for some reason it feels slower to aim down sights at the stock base version of this weapon than it does, let's say, with the MP7 or something like that. It's a heavier weapon. Now it does take away some bullet velocity and recoil control, but the recoil control, I want to tell you guys right now, it has a slower fire rate, so there isn't much recoil to begin with. This gun is very easy to control, very steady, and if you're aiming at that head, you don't have to adjust your joystick all too often. It's very easy to just stay in the same spot. Now the Underbarrel, we do want to run the Ranger foregrip rather than the Commando foregrip, and the reason for this is because you do get aiming stability and you do get recoil control. Now, I'm going to tell you guys the difference between both of these because some people don't understand it. So the recoil control is when you're firing your weapon, your gun is easier to control. It won't be moving up or left and right and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot easier to control, and the aiming stability is basically when you're aiming down sights and not firing your weapon whatsoever, the sway that your weapon has. Is it going to be moving a lot just while you're idle, aiming down sights, or not? And this one is a lot easier. So once you aim down sights, it'll go exactly where you're aiming rather than a bit more to the left or the right or up or down and hitting the legs instead of the stomach. So this is really good to have. Now it does take away some aim walking movement speed, which gives it that aiming stability, and it does take away some ADS speed, which kind of sucks, but it's an SMG. It's not as bad as it would be. Now, the ammunition, you definitely want to run 45 round mags. These are really good to have on this gun, because if not, you got 25 bullets, and I don't think that's enough, dude. I really don't think 25 bullets is enough. So 45 rounds, definitely go ahead and use that. I was using the 25 bullets for a while. You guys could see some gameplay with it, and it's not cool. You got to reload a lot with that right there. Now, the rear grip, you want to run the F-Tac G5X. So it's the stippled grip tape, guys, just with the fancier name. It gives you sprint to fire speed, which is really nice, and you do notice it on this class. It does help out a lot, and it gives you ADS speed. So if you guys are going to run any rear grip, trust me, the F-Tac G5XO is the one that you want to run. It does take away recoil control and aiming stability, but that's why we got the Ranger 4 grip on this class right here. Now let's get into class number 2, the actual two-shot weapon for this gun right here. And it's really good, but I don't like it as much as I thought I would, because it's a burst rather than full automatic. And if you guys know me, I don't like burst weapons that much. I feel like, dude, if you miss a bullet, you're kind of screwed, right? But if you guys have very good accuracy, this class is definitely one of them that you want to be using. So the muzzle is going to be the same as class number 1, and then we're going to be changing most other things besides the rear grip as well. So monolithic suppressor, you get that sound suppression, you get that damage range, and because this takes 2 bullets to kill people, that damage range is really nice, so you get less drop off, and you can kill people using 2 bullets at further distances rather than having to burst twice or 3 times or something like that. It does take away ADS speed and aim walking steadiness, but whatever, right? The laser is going to be the tac laser, and the only reason we're using this is because I was going to throw on a stock for the ADS speed instead, but with the stock, all you get is ADS speed. You don't get movement speed, you don't get anything, you just get ADS speed. But with the tac laser, you get 3. You get ADS speed, you get aim instability, I don't know why I said it like that, and you get aim walking steadiness. So this one's really good, and the only negative to this is the fact that your laser is visible when aiming down sights. That is it. There's nothing else to it. That's it. So you get 3 great things for the cost of your laser being visible. Now, the ammunition, you definitely need to make this gun a 2-shot class, and that is the .45 hollow point 12 round mags. This one's really good because you get ADS speed, and you get that extra damage that gives you that extra, like, it just takes 2 bullets, I should say. It doesn't give you an extra bullet. It takes 2 bullets to kill someone if you're shooting towards the head and the upper chest. So that's really good. Now, it does take away some bullet velocity, so if you're aiming like really long distances, for example, let's say you're playing on like Grazina Raid or something like that, and you're trying to shoot all the way across the map, you might want to aim a little bit higher than the head, but it does do the damage. So trust me, it's really good. And because of the monolithic suppressor, we get that extra damage range as well, which really helps out with this weapon. So the only other negative with this weapon right here is that you only get 12 round mags, which kind of sucks, and I'm not a big fan of that, but at the same time, dude, it's kind of good. We're going to kind of like make it a little better with the perk that we're going to throw onto this class. Now, the rear grip, before we get onto the perk, is going to be the F-Tac G5XO, like I said, pretty much stippled grip tape, just with the fancier name, and it's a pretty nice name, to be honest. I'd rather use the F-Tac G5XO than the stippled grip tape, so it does kind of sound a lot better. Now, like I said, you get that sprint to fire speed, which is really good to have, especially on a weapon that only takes 2 shots, and you get that extra ADS speed, which really does help out a lot for this weapon. Now, you do lose recoil control and aiming stability, but the recoil control does not matter whatsoever. This class right here turns the gun into a burst, so after every 2 shots, the gun kind of controls itself anyways. So the recoil control, I don't mind losing whatsoever. Now, like I said, we got to make this class better with the perk, and that is going to be Sleigh of Hands. So this perk right here allows you to reload faster, and you guys know you're probably only going to kill 2 or 3 people before needing to reload, and that's if you get lucky. So if you're getting rushed by like 4 or 5 people at the same time, you definitely want to have this perk on so you guys can reload and get straight back into the action. I will say one thing: if you're using the 2-shot class, before you get into your first game using this, go into a private match, set the bots to headshots only, and just aim at their heads. Just keep practicing aiming at their heads, so that when you do go back online, you guys are actually warmed up, and you won't be shooting the legs, which takes more than 2 shots, and then you wonder why you're not doing that great with this class. So trust me, get warmed up first, or at least play multiplayer, do something to warm yourself up, and then start using this class. Once you get used to this class, it is a beast. But like I said, guys, we're gonna go for 1,500 classes. I was gonna say 1,500 likes for this class setup right here on this video, man. If you guys could drop that, that would be absolutely insane. I know you guys can do it. You guys always do. If you made it this far into the video, comment down below "I did." Just write that, nothing else, or write whatever you want, honestly. And subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here with those notifications turned on. We just need 32,000 more to hit 600K, which is insane. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!